Peace, peace, my queens and kings. How are y'all doing today? Just want to reach out and touch your souls today with a little bit of encouragement. I have people in my life that I talk to, and I've often found myself a lot of times, you know, being bound by things like depression or, your past, things that may have happened, betrayals that have happened. What I want to say is, don't let what your past uh, what you've been through determine where you're going forward. Sometimes the things, and I think a lot of times the things we go through aren't about us at all. God is using us as a tool to propel us forward in order to be there for the next person, for the lesser of man, so to speak. And it's not to say we'll get over it. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying what happened to you wasn't hurtful and that your feelings aren't valid. Your hurt is valid. You were not supposed to be hurt. You were a victim. But just because we were victimized at some point in our life doesn't mean we have to play the victim role all the time in our lives. And I'm not saying we're playing a victim role by acknowledging pain from something that caused us to be in that role. I'm not saying that. Even if you're forced into a victim role, doesn't mean you have to stay there. Doesn't mean I have to allow what happened in those tapes to control my everyday thoughts, my everyday actions, determining whether whether I go outside or not, whether I see my friends or not. Like, my whole point is saying, when people hurt you, they go on with their lives and they leave you hurt and broken and confused at a lot of times. And sometimes everybody doesn't have either the discipline to stay on track, the support system, or just the strength to just, kind of push forward. You get derailed in life because you were hurt. And it can hurt your own progress just because you end up being stagnant and bitter and, so hurt that you become enclosed in this bubble where you're not open to receive the seeds of life that have been already sown inside of you. We have to water the seeds that are within us. We are pregnant with many possibilities. There's many, many great things inside of you. Regardless of what you have been through, you are not your past. You are not what has happened to you. You're not what you're going through. You're not your mistakes. You're not your failures. You are you. And just success doesn't define you either. That's just something that you did. It's an accolade. But the important thing is to make sure we're watering ourselves. I could do many things. A person can do many things, win a gold medal, win a Nobel Peace Prize, but if they're not actually watering themselves, then, that's going to show up in their lives. And it's good to help others, but at the same time, we must recharge ourselves. We must, find a way to find that inner peace, to find that inner healing and start, nourishing our minds, bodies, and souls. I just can't stress it enough. There's too much in the world that is here to weigh you down, push you down, keep you down. We got to pick ourselves up and keep things, people, places, and things around you that lift you up. If they're not lifting you up, then you might want to take a look at them. What are they doing? Are they takers or givers? There's always other people, all kind of people in the world. Takers, givers, doers, thinkers. We're all play a part. We're all sometimes different parts at different points in our life. We've played every single position is what I'm trying to say. But either way, you got to find out what you need, where your part is, what play you part in your life, and what parts you want others to play. And just because we've known someone or been with somebody for a certain amount of time doesn't mean that you have to stay stuck with that person if you're not happy. You don't have to stay stuck in that friendship, that relationship, that marriage. Yes, it will be hard to start over, but you will get through it. You will get through it. The sun will always rise again. The sun's always shining. Just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not shining, y'all. So, I don't know. I know I'm all over the place right now, but the point of what I'm trying to tell you is lift up your heads, dry your tears, and figure out a way. Start making an action plan on what you can do to put things in order, to make those steps towards bettering you. internally. There's a lot of things we could do to dress ourselves up on the outside. Take my shades, for instance. You know, I'm not hiding behind them. It's very bright out here. But the point of my saying is, you know, mask off. Mask off. You got to take that mask off. At the end of the day, when you can wear it for everybody else, your mother, your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your co-workers, your children, but when you are standing in a mirror by yourself, what are you looking at? And if you don't like what you see, start working on it. I can't do anything about yesterday, last year, even 30 minutes from now. If I made a mistake, I can just go forward with the rest of my day and say, you know what, I'm going to do better. You know what, ooh, I didn't like that too much. I need to work on that. And just go with it and go forward. If I need the classes, if you need the classes, if you need therapy, therapy is your friend. There's nothing wrong with therapy. There's nothing wrong with therapy. I'm not a fan of medication for myself, per se, pharmaceuticals. However, if you need it, get it. Get it. There's also holistic natural treatments out here as well, which I'm a fan of, that can do the same thing. However, I'm not your doctor, and I can't say what you need for you. Only you can find that out. And your doctor can help you along the way, but doctors don't know everything either. If a medication is not working for you, tell them it ain't working. Don't change my dosage. No, we've already tried that. We're going to try something different. You keep going until you find a formula that works for you. And right now, blogging for me is working for me. It's helping me expand myself and not stay so closed off. You know? So, that's all I wanted to say is love on you. Love on you. You may not make it to see the sunrise again, but know that it will. And so shall you. Even if you're not in this realm, there's no weapon formed against you that shall prosper. Ever. No weapon. There's anything you want, anything you want to do, manifest it with thought of mind. Thought of mind. Sound body. Spirit. Embrace it. Submerge it. In it. And intoxicate yourself with what you need. What you crave. Remember, I crave newness within, and it shall be. Ashe. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Talk to you later. Stay beautiful.